If they have a plug works. Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalieresiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matthew Sukram alongside Rob Graham as we are live from Memorial Gardens on a Saturday night in North Bay as we are set for GN U18 League action as it's the North Bay U18 Trappers taking on the Sudbury Wolves U18 squad. Just about an hour or so ago, we witnessed the end of the U16 sides of these two teams playing. So now it's the older guys' time to strap on the skates and get out there and show what they can do, Rob.
Yeah, and you know what, Matt? These are really important games. When you get to play in a U18 AAA league that has a number of U16 teams, when you circle on your calendar a matchup against a rival like the Sudbury Wolves, and you're playing the same age and stage, these are really important matchups for both teams.
Puck has dropped and we are underway. Brunette plays it back to the line. Sagan Hutchinson tries to get it up to the half boards. It's stuck in that area. Cosmic trying to dig away at it. Head involved as well. But the Wolves get it out and they dump it down the ice. And Logan Coates lets it go by him, but the Wolves are able to jump in up high on the forecheck, and Fabro beats out the icing call. Never able to get control of the puck though, and the Trappers will try to move it out. Fabro steals it. Fabro plays it in on the left side, trying to get it to the stick of Mulligan. Now he's stuck in the corner, battling Owen Head over there. Puck comes back out to the near side, and it's out of the zone. Now Brunette jumping on the loose puck, centering, the shot just goes wide. Sent back into the North Bay zone. A minute gone in the opening frame. Dumped out. Cholette plays it back in. Looking down the ice. Michael Deck gets it up to the blue line. There's a hard hit on Goulet. And Brunton brings it in. Deck lost it at the blue line. Vekala tried to steal it, and he did, but can't get into the North Bay zone, and now they're going to say the Trappers never recovered and went offside. So a minute and a half in, no score.
You know, I think one of the things, Matt, we'll be looking for with our U18 Trappers is, you know, are they going to suffer any what I call U16 hangover? They're going to have a lot less time and a lot less space than they did last night playing their U16 counterparts. And that's something we're going to have to watch for early to see if they can code switch and adapt to that.
They were 7-2 winners over the U16 North Bay Trappers last night. Brunton and Broussard had 3 points each in that game. Here comes Siegel over the blue line. He goes offside.
And you know, one of the things, again, speaking specifically to the Trappers, is they've been scoring by committee. And it's not going to be necessarily to do a fair comparison against the Wolves because they played 5 less games. But stat-wise, we have a number of Trappers that are leading the league right now in points. And of course, led by an outstanding season by Benny Brunton.
I got to catch up with Brunton about a month or so ago. Wrote a little piece about him on baytoday.ca, which you can check out now. Or we'll wait till the period's over and then go check it out. As it's dumped down, and that will be another icing call against the North Bay Trappers. 17:50 remaining in the first period. Still no score, but you mentioned him, Benjamin Brunton. So far this season has been phenomenal. One of the top point getters in the entire country.
Benny Brunton has an axe to grind, and he has grinded it. It's sharpened, and he got kind of looked over last year in the draft, and I know that was really disappointing to him. And I've had a chance to work a lot with Ben. He's a great kid. He's a great leader, and he's definitely letting his actions speak for themselves this year. And he's also flourished under Coach Josh Dale, who's done an outstanding job with the team this year.
And that was part of the article. Josh Dale talked about the fact that he came out and was helping them out with some goaltending sessions, just getting some shots on the goalies, and he said, hey, man, and this was just after the OHL draft, he said, are you ticked off? Are you angry yet? And Ben said, yeah. And he said, okay, let's go get you drafted. And, you know, a 2.82 point per game average, 48 points, 29 goals through 17 games coming into this. I mean, sometimes you just can't teach goal scoring, right?
Well, and I'm going to put a shameless plug in. You know, I've had the opportunity to work with Ben, and he's a part of my Hockey Life Skills Mentorship Program, and I also had a chance to work with his sister, Hannah Brunton. And, you know, I think the mental side of the game, Matt, is something I'm a big advocate for, and the Hockey Life Skills Program really tries to give these kids a bit of an edge in terms of strengthening their performance chain, because that mental side of the game, especially when you're as talented as Ben, is something that can really strengthen that performance chain when you learn how to get a grip of that.
Trappers come in, as you said, 17 games played this season, so 5 more than the Wolves. The Trappers sit 14-2-0-0, 28 points, first overall in the league. While the Wolves come in at 9-2-0-1, 19 points, third overall in the league, but out of the 2 Trappers losses, one of them have come against the Wolves. Played in behind the net. Logan Coates getting the start tonight in goal for the North Bay Trappers as that puck goes out of play. It's Logan Coates going up against Wesley Richer of the Sudbury Wolves.
And you know, we talk about Benny Brunton being kind of a league leader. Well, Logan Coates is the league leader with a 1.93 goals against average, and he's having a remarkable year as well and has made some tremendous progress. And, you know, so this team is being very solid from front to back, led by Jackson Cullen on the back end and as the captain. Solid goaltending and incredible offense.
Opportunity for Brunton over the blue line. Drags it to the right side, now plays it back. Brunton gets it again, sets it up in front. What a save by Richer to stop Broussard on that one-timer. And we've seen that, twice already through the first 4 minutes of this game.
That was a fabulous save and arguably a very important save because, you know, momentum is such an important part of the hockey, and, you know, that save right there maintains some momentum for the Wolves. And again, Benny Brunton and that line, you don't want to be giving too many chances like that too often.
And a penalty is coming up. Hudson Goulet going into the box. And he will sit for 2 or less. Roughing is the call against Goulet. But here's an opportunity, shorthanded, and it goes off the blocker of Logan Coates. And now a chance for Fabro, the shot, and that goes just wide. The Sudbury Wolves U18 squad have just one shorthanded goal, but they were very close to adding to that total on that rush there. And Sudbury has also played just 2 road games to this point of the year, so their special teams numbers don't look great from that standpoint. But if you look at it, they are 1 for 6 on the PK on the road and 0 for 1 on the power play on the road. And now they've got another shorthanded chance here, but getting back quickly was Cullen. Jackson Cullen plays it up to Brunton. Yeah, they've allowed 5 power play goals against. So their penalty kill as a road team, 0%. But again, that's just in the 2 road games that they have played. Overall, on the penalty kill, this team is first in the league, 80%.
Now, as you know, Matt, we have to factor in the Sudbury-North Bay rivalry, and that can often skew the numbers.
That's right. Here comes Sagan Hutchison, plays it down low, right in front. Lockhart jamming away at it. A couple of chances. Everybody looking for the puck. Nobody sees it. And so the officials will blow it down with 20 seconds remaining in the penalty to Goulet. 14-19 to go in the first period. Still looking for our first goal.
You know, one thing that differentiates the U18 Trapper team from last year is they have a lot of finishing nails. They have a lot of guys, they're scoring by committee. You know, you've got Noah Cosmic, Seagal, Owen Head, Brunton, Lockhart, Marty Broussard. So there's lots of guys on this Trappers team who can put the puck in the net.
Played into the corner. Trappers still in control. Now back to the point. Shot deflected off a skate. Picked up to the left side. And then they try to feed it back across, but it's stopped by Richer. Out of the box is Goulet. And we're back to 5-on-5 play. Still no score. There's a hard hit on the far side. And the whistle has gone. And there's going to be a penalty coming up. They're going to call interference on that play.
I'm not...
Lockhart going to the box.
You know, and Lockhart's just coming back after a suspension, but and they'll be very glad to have him back. But discipline is definitely a hallmark of a Josh Dale team, having worked with him this year. And, you know, it's going to be one of the things the Trappers are going to have to do to be successful is stay out of the box. Defending that takes an awful lot of energy. It disrupts your line flow, and it just disrupts any type of cadence that your team gets. So that's going to be an important thing to watch as this game goes on.
The penalty is actually being handed out to Scott Siegel, and there's a chance right in front. Rebound is shot wide as well. Sudbury regrouping. Goulet falling down as he took the shot, and the Trappers able to clear. The Sudbury Wolves on the power play are 8 for 39, 20.5%. That's 8th in the league with the man advantage, while the penalty kill numbers for the North Bay Trappers are something that Josh Dale would certainly like to see improved on at 69%. That's 3rd in the league, but you'd like that percentage to climb up a little higher. There's a shot coming in, and it's off the blocker, sent to the far side. Goulet behind the net, circling back to the near side. Puts on the brakes and then gives it over to Moxham. Moxham back down low to Goulet on the right side. The shot, it's in the glove of Coates, and it comes back out. The net looks like it may have come loose, but the Trappers send it down the ice, and the play continues with 55 seconds remaining in the penalty to Siegel with 12:30 to go in the first period. And the Wolves have had some quality chances to this point in all areas of the ice. 5-on-5 when they were down by a man, and now when they're up by a man. The Logan Coast and the defense have done their job to this point. 30 seconds to go in the penalty to Siegel as it's cleared once again. Vakala coming in, and they go offside.
You know, you just mentioned the defense on the Trappers, and again, I know Josh Dale has got his defense so that they can activate. And again, we talk about the offense scoring by committee. Well, this year, the North Bay Trappers, led by Captain Jackson Cullen, who has had a real steady and influence on the back end. To a man, we've got Aiden Bahari, OHL draft pick by Battalion. Zeke Proctor, a young rookie coming in. Michael Deck, Carter Buckman, Preston Sagan Hutchinson. They have all worked on the back end by committee, and that's been a real strength of their team as well.
They've only allowed 45 goals against all season. That's the second best mark in the league. And again, they've played more games than any other team in the league. This is their 18th contest this season. Trying to cut to the front there and then pushed away was Fabro. Still in control with 4 seconds left. The Trappers get it down the ice, and Siegel gets out of the box. Back to 5-on-5 with 11:40 to play in period number 1. Mulligan centers it. Nobody there for the Wolves, and it's stolen now. There's a chance. They had a 2-on-0 but couldn't connect. LaFrance on the far side plays it to the half-boards. Mulligan back behind the net for LaFrance. He gets checked by Cullen. Cullen tries to move the puck out. A second poke at it, gets it over the line, and now a delayed offside against the Wolves. LaFrance just trying to hold his position but not actually touch the puck there, and that slowed the momentum of the Trappers getting the puck out of the zone. 11 minutes to play, no score, still in the first period. There's a shot coming in and out of the glove of the goaltender Richer, and now it is carried down the ice the other way. Gilbert head hit into the boards, and the Trappers pick it up and go the other way. Bahari over the blue line, stopped, sends it to the middle, shot, they fan on it, and a secondary chance gets fired high. Trappers recover the puck at the line. Brunette's shot comes in. It's a blocker save made by Richer and cleared out of the zone right onto the tape of Gilbert, but then he was hammered into the boards on the back check by Bahari. Bahari's a big-bodied kid. I saw him in the battalion training camp back in the summer, and he was determined to have a good season this year, especially after being drafted by the battalion in April. Now Brassard spins and sends it back behind the net. Lockhart tries to play to the middle, but that's picked off. Lockhart now trying to get it back. That's Brunton there trying to get it back, but it's sent the other way. Moxham coming in, fires it wide of the net. Under 10 to play now in the first period. No score. Stolen. The shot save made by the Trappers goaltender Coates.
Great save by Logan and even better rebound control. You know, it's Christmas, Matt, and normally by Christmas, a team's identity has kind of been galvanized. A coach, the chemistry's there. One could argue this Wolves U18 team, having played 5 less games, they technically still could be looking for some of that identity that I think right now our U18 Trappers are pretty much assured of.
Jalbert sends it in and scores.
And I don't know, Matt, if that was tipped. It didn't look like Logan's eyes were taken away from him. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was tipped or not, but definitely it was a razor shot from an area that Logan would most likely want to stop it. And I'm pretty sure if Logan could see it and it wasn't tipped, he would have definitely had that.
Grady Jalbert, the defenseman, with his second goal of the season. First-year player for this Sudbury Wolves club, and not a bad shot from distance to give the Wolves a 1-0 lead. And that's going to extend his point streak. 2-game point streak. He had an assist in their last game on December 4th against the North Bay U16 squad. They won that game back on December 4th and are 7-2-0-1 in their last 10 played. And so that puts the Trappers behind the 8 ball here to start. But you got to credit the Wolves. They have come in and have made the most out of their opportunities inside the offensive zone. .8:20 to play in the first period. Behind the net, just getting a touch on that was Michael Deck to make sure the Wolves could not get a piece of it in front of the net. Now down the ice, going in one-on-one. Nice move there by Noah Cosmic just to keep possession before it trickled into the corner. The Wolves now in possession. Moving it through the zone. Mulligan not able to hold on to it. Another delayed offside against the Wolves here with 7:45 to play in the first. Sent down the ice to Brunette. Brunette on a partial break, gets by the defense, but can't bury the puck. Brunette was that close to tying the game, Tyler Brunette. And now another save made by Coates on the other end.
Wow, that was a beautiful stretch pass to send Brunette clear and free. And, you know, this year, most of the time that opportunities have come like that, the Trappers have been able to finish. But on that particular occasion, just not able to finish that excellent scoring chance.
Like you said, this team is a tough test for the U18 Trappers. It's, you know, one of the other U18 teams in the league. And again, they come in with pretty good pedigree. They've only lost 3 games all season. One of those was in a shootout. They're 3rd overall in the league, but they are actually just 2 points behind the Sioux Greyhounds U18 club
And you know
for
what,
second
Matt?
place in the league.
That's what this Trapper team needs. They need to face some adversity. They need teams to come in here at their best because, you know, if this team wants to get better and be playoff ready, they need these types of challenges. So we want teams coming into North Bay playing their best because that's how we grow as athletes and how our teams get better.
Down the left side, Moore trying to feed it back to the blue line. A hard hit, throwing Moore off the puck. Deck is there at the blue line. He's able to chip it back to the half boards. A couple of guys digging away at it. Paquette involved, and Deck can't hold the line, but he plays it back in the neutral zone. 6:40 to play in the first period. 1-0 Sudbury lead. At the line, Deck keeps it in. Backhands it. Caught. Played down low. They tried to center it, but it went past everybody, and now Buckman is the first one to it. Carter Buckman drops it back. Now it's up to Paquette in the neutral zone. This is the 3rd meeting between these teams this season. They will play each other 4 times this year. Their final meeting is on February 5th in Sudbury, and they are 1-1 against each other so far. Trappers took the first meeting 6-5 here in North Bay on October 10th. And Sudbury beat the Trappers 8-6 in Sudbury back on November 13th. And oddly enough, that was the only game of the entire month of November for this Sudbury Wolves U18 squad. I believe they might have played a couple tournament games, though, that weren't a part of the Greater North U18 League.
Yeah, that's correct. They did go to a showcase tournament, I believe, on one of those weekends, Matt.
Here comes Brunton over the blue line, drops it to the middle. Lockhart feeds it behind the net. Centering pass, and they score. Tick, tack, toe, and they've tied it at 1.
All right, so you know, Matt, we said that the offense of the Trappers this year, led by Benny Brunton, I don't know, you know, if you go back and you watch that replay again and you see that kind of no-look back pass that Benny Brunton made there to set that goal up, just a brilliant pass, but then again, you know, just the ability to finish it, just a beautiful goal. And that's where the Sudbury Wolves, they won't be able to let their guard down against the offensive threat that these Trappers pose.
That's going to be Broussard's 11th goal this season. His 26th point, and he's scoring at a 1.53 points per game average.
And he's coming off a 2-goal game last night, and he had a hat trick, I believe it was the previous weekend. So, again, they're scoring by committee. And, we think of Lockhart and we think of Brunton. Well, Marty Broussard has been, just like you said, on fire.
That is going to be 6 goals in his last 4 games, including tonight. And now a foot race to it. Coates out of the net, sears it away, and then comes up with enough pad to put on the puck from that shot from the blue line as the Wolves were sniffing a wide open net. But Logan Coates recovering in time just to get a piece of it. What a sequence that was. 4:15 to play in the first period. 1-1 the score. And back to Broussard. He has a point in every game going back to October 10th.
Yeah, and again, it's coming back to that scoring by committee, Matt.
And that was against the Sudbury Wolves. So as the puck goes up and out of play. So with Broussard's goal tonight, yeah, he's got at least 1 point in every single game going all the way back until the October 10th contest, which the Trappers beat the Wolves 6-5.
And he was very close to getting another hat trick last night. And but yeah, again, like I said, I'm not much of a carpenter, but as I said in previous telecasts, there's an awful lot of finishing nails on this team.
He's got a season-high 4 points back on November 23rd. There's a chance for the Trappers, and just sending it wide of the net was Brunette again. So check that was Cosmic. So Brunette's had a breakaway chance. Cosmic had an almost wide open net. There's a chance, scores! That time, he doesn't miss.
Wow. Not very often, you're going to score on a goalie from that dot shot without any kind of screen or tip. But that was a very quick release. And again, that blocker side, just a really accurate shot. But probably one that goalie would like to have back with a little bit better depth awareness. Probably one he should have had.
And it's Owen Head with the goal. That's his first since Halloween night. His 5th of the season, now 20 points on the year for Owen Head. Now Paquette driving in, taking a shot, and that stop. We've got a Sudbury player down on the ice. Looked like he took a stick up high. That's Glavoda. He's slow to get up, looks to be okay now as he's going to skate to the bench.
And sometimes these games as they go on, and especially when you have a back-to-back like the Trappers, when you get tired, your legs get tired, your mind gets tired, and sometimes these games halfway through, sometimes there's some undisciplined penalties that can be taken, and again, I'll go back to Coach Josh Dale, really trying to ratchet down the discipline level with this Trapper team.
From the line, Cullen's shot gets blocked, so it's a Trappers power play. Glavoda was the one that looked like he got high stick, but he's the one that ends up in the box. So it's a 2-1 Trappers lead, and now they get the league's #1 power play out there, 80.8% on the power play.
Yeah, well, when you have the number of offensive tools that this team has, it's no wonder.
And they center it, but it gets past a couple of players' sticks, and they send it down the ice. 21 power play goals on 26 power play opportunities. Now, a couple of those have included scoring a couple times on some 5-minute majors, right? So that's what drives some of those numbers up, but it's still incredibly impressive. And when you break it down, they're 13 for 17 on the power play at home. That's a 76.5% power play success rate here at Memorial Gardens, although they are 0 for 1 tonight. And they've got 50 seconds remaining on this one as they're chasing it back down the ice again. A minute 50 remaining in the first period. 2-1 Trappers lead, and they turn it over. Chance for the Wolves now coming in, and Jackson Cullen gets in the way of that shot. So head contact is the call against Glavoda. And he's in the box for another 25 seconds. Unless the Trappers can do something with the puck here. They've got control of it in the zone. Brassard down low. Tried to center it, nobody there. Back of the line, across the right side. Shot, that one gets blocked as well. Brassard, first one on it. Sends it to the corner to Lockhart. In behind the net, Lockhart looking down. Tried to play to the middle, that got stopped. And the Wolves are about to kill off another penalty here. The Trappers 0 for 2, but they still have control until a backhanded pass went out over the blue line. And so that will force the Trappers to retreat. A minute to go in what's been an entertaining opening period here at Memorial Gardens. There's a turnover in the Sudbury zone. Paquette on the middle, and he gets checked before he could get the shot off. Goulet now has the puck. He goes down the right side, drops it to Vakala. Vakala to the left side. Mulligan with a chance, and that one is saved by Coates. In behind the net, Vakala still on the attack. The Trappers get rid of it all the way down the ice. Icing will be called with 29 seconds to go.
Yeah, a couple things, to kind of watch for here, Matt, in my opinion. I think a lot of the offense that the Trappers have enjoyed this year has been set up by strong defense. And for the most part, the Trappers' defense allowed their goalies to take the shots from outside the dots. And I think I've always been a guy that believes that strong defense leads to offense. And that's going right back to Logan Coates and Carson Ruddy, who've done a great job as well between the pipes.
Yeah, they certainly have. The pair of them are two of the top three goaltenders in the league to this point.
Yeah, and I mean, that again is a testament, to that strong defensive aspect. And, I'm going to give a lot of credit to Coach Josh Dale because the kids have really responded to him, and he's come in here and had a huge impact on the whole culture of this team.
Trappers are able to dump the puck out down the ice with 14 seconds remaining in the period. Manitowabin to the left side. LaFrance coming over the blue line. Drops it back. Shot in wide of the net. 5 seconds. Manitowabin shot. That gets stopped. Too much traffic in front. And the first period will come to a close. An entertaining opening 20 minutes, and the North Bay Trappers overcome a 1-goal deficit.
Well, and Matt, I mean, I was a little worried for the U18 Trappers, playing on back-to-back nights and what I call the U16 hangover. And, our U16 team did a good job of competing last night. But most certainly when you're playing kids at that age and stage with that much of a developmental advantage, you have a lot more time and space on your side. And I think the Trappers have come out and they played a strong first period. And credit to the Wolves, who really haven't had enough time away from home, really, to kind of gauge their team. So a strong first period, I would argue, by both teams. And the team that can remain disciplined and stay out of the box, I think is going to have a real competitive edge in this game.
Goulet's 6th of the season opened the scoring for the Sudbury Wolves, but it was Martin Brassard's 11th and Owen Head's 5th that gave the Trappers a 2-1 lead. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. I'm Matthew Sukram. He's Rob Graham. Second period coming up in just a few minutes. Stay tuned on Flow Hockey.
Good job, my friend. Good job.
The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalieresiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency. Welcome to the Clubhouse by Gateway Golf. Located on Oak Street East in North Bay, with over 200 plus real-time courses, simulator arcade games, and delicious eats, the Clubhouse is North Bay's newest social hangout. You can book times now at gatewaygolf.ca or come visit at 245 Oak Street East in North Bay, Ontario. The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalieresiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
Welcome back. I'm Matthew Sukram alongside Rob Graham. Second period just about to get underway, live from Memorial Gardens, as the North Bay Trappers have a 2-1 lead over the Sudbury Wolves. The U18 sides for both these clubs, and it was Broussard and Head getting the goals for the Trappers. As you said, they've been scoring by committee this year.
Yeah, and I think overall for both teams, they probably went into the dressing room relatively happy with what went on. Most certainly the Wolves, as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, haven't had a lot of away experience, Matt. And so for them, you know, this is a big test coming in and playing away from home and against the number one team in the league. And I think their coach, for the most part, will be happy with their performance. I think Coach Josh Dale, ultimately, for the most part, coming off of a back-to-back against the U16 team, they performed quite well. And with 2 periods left, it's going to come down to, again, in my opinion, the team that can stay out of the box and remain composed and disciplined.
We had 3 penalties in that first period. The Trappers went 0 for 2 on their power play attempts, and the Wolves went 0 for 1 on theirs as the puck is dropped. And we're underway in period number 2. Both these teams are coming in on 6-game winning streaks, so a little bit of pride on the line to add on to what's always on the line when North Bay and Sudbury battle each other. Wolves looking to move it out of the zone, and they do. Controlled by Cullen, but he almost turns it over behind his own net. Up to the near side. Manitowabin able to keep it in. Now he moves down the left side, tries to feed it back to the boards, but the Trappers get in the way, and they do get it cleared. Cosmic, for a short time there, did get it cleared, but Manitowabin came right back in the zone and fired one on net, and that one's deflected and over the glass and out of play. 18:57 to go in the second period. It's 2-1 Trappers.
Yeah, and the Trappers are want to eliminate some of those sloppy zone exits, and will want to tidy that up. And you know, that's really important, consistency on the exit, and not making needless turnovers, and making sure they get clean exits out of and into the opposition zone.
Stick save there by the goaltender, Richer. Sent in by Buckman. Now to the far side. It comes out to the neutral zone. Chip back in, but the Trappers in an offside position, so they have to wait. And that allows the Wolves to bring it back down. Mulligan will chase for the Wolves as Buckman plays it in the far side corner for the Trappers. Up on the half boards and now cleared out of the zone again. Trappers with control in the neutral zone. In over the blue line. Driving in towards the net. Brassard puts on the brace. Sends it back to the point. Shot comes in wide on the left side. Buckman picks it up on the near side. His shot gets deflected into the corner. Played to the line by LaFrance, but the Trappers have control of it. And it's into the far side corner again. At the blue line, there's going to be a call coming up against the Wolves. LaFrance got thrown to the ice after the play by Cameron Lockhart, and Lockhart is going to be sent to the box, and he'll be joined by the Wolves' Noah LaFrance.
And you know what? Cameron Lockhart is a power forward. He plays with grit, and that's just what you're going to get from Cameron. And he's that guy that, you're just not going to take that out of his game. And you know what? I don't really think, Matt, you'd want to take that out of his game. I think that's what you get. Cam is a stereotypical power forward, and he's not going to back down from anyone or anything.
Well, those are just offsetting minors, and will remain at 5-on-5. 2 minutes each for roughing. That's more of just say, hey guys, go cool off for a little while kind of call.
The only advantage for the Wolves there is you've taken off one of the top threats for the Trappers off the ice, so I think the coach for the Sudbury Wolves will take that trade-off.
Lockhart, 12 goals, 27 points in 14 games. Smith for the Wolves, sending it in towards the net. It's deflected and sent to the far side. Now back to the blue line. A shot comes in. That one is stopped and cleared away from the hash mark area. Now another pass right in the circle. Save made. Rebound chance denied as well. Logan Coates kicking out the pad to stop that one.
Logan Coates living up to the nickname I gave him, Pad Boy, right there, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that, and we've seen that all season. He is quick when he's down low, kicking out those pads, making those big-time saves, and we've seen that even throughout the first period and now through the first 3.5 minutes of this play. The Sudbury Wolves have been allowed a lot of secondary chances in close, but Logan Coates has really come up with a number of key saves in this game to keep his team in it, and to this point, keep them ahead 2-1. Goulet with the turnover. Sends it in front of the net. Kick to the near side boards. The Wolves back in control. Levesque from the line. Plays it to the far side. Nobody there. Paquette comes out of the Trappers zone with it. Over the blue line. Paquette going for goal. Kick save made there by Richer. And now behind the net, the Trappers regain control. Sent to the far side. Sudbury picks up the loose puck and send it out. 15:50 to go. In the second period, it's a 2-1 Trappers lead. Fabro coming down the right side, puts on the brakes, sends it in. That one goes wide. Out to the neutral zone. Moore tried to get it ahead, but it was behind Cosmic, and then he went ahead of the puck over the blue line, so he couldn't play it. Trappers regroup. They send it into the Sudbury zone. Richer out of his net to play it to the far side. Fabro ends up with the puck for the Wolves. But the Trappers regain control. And here they come in with numbers. The back pass, the shot, and it's stopped by Richer.
Yeah, nice save by Richer. I call that the Carey Price suck it up, otherwise known as the proverbial gut trap. And I wish that move had been around in the 70s and 80s when I played. A great way to kind of control rebounds. And so good job by him to control that shot.
We talked about it going into the contest, but these are two of the best offenses going up against two of the best defenses in the league. There's a shot right off the draw. Lockhart gets robbed of one there as the goaltender Richard flashing the leather.
Again, another nice save, and these are important saves at this stage of the game because you do not want the Trappers to get on a scoring frenzy because it can get away from you quick with this team.
Buckman fires it up and over the glass and out of play. Yeah, the Trappers come in having scored 100 goals on the season. That's a 5.88 goals per game average for the Trappers, and their plus 55 goal differential is the top mark in that category in the league. But again, the Sudbury Wolves, through their 12 games, have 72 goals. That's third overall in the league, and they're scoring at a 6 goal per game average. Brassard to the left side, shot goes wide, and then the rebound was just out of reach. Now it comes back to the middle. Brassard shoots, scores. It's 2 for Martin Brassard.
Wow, Marty Brassard, again, we talk about Seagull, Cosmic, Lockhart, Benny Brunton. Marty Brassard is in the conversation. Again, just a beautiful shot and just finishing, and that's a deadly shot. A deadly spot to let a guy like Marty Brassard get a shot away.
So back-to-back nights with 2 goals for Brassard. 12 now on the year. And that will tie him for second on the team with Cameron Lockhart in the goal-scoring category. Both players chasing Benjamin Brunton with 29. Seems like video game stats actually for Brunton, doesn't it?
Well, it does, but Ben is also the type of guy that he's a team player. He's having a great game, great year individually, but ultimately Benny wants to win, and he wants to put the team first, and I know that first and foremost about Ben.
With 13:50 to play, the Trappers ahead 3-1, but the Sudbury Wolves team has looked dangerous at periods of this game. Centering, and just missing there was Siegel. Now the Trappers, they don't need a lot of room to work to look dangerous in that offensive zone. Their passes have been really tape to tape tonight, especially here in the opening 6.5 of the second period, and we have another stoppage here on the icing call.
And I want to make a comment about that because, that's something that Coach Josh Dale takes a lot of pride in. I'm out every Thursday morning working with the goalies, and I said to Coach Josh there a week ago, I said, Josh, I'm really liking the precision passing. And he says, well, you're really going to like this drill. And they do a specific drill, and it's all about precision passing. And so, again, that's an important part of the skill development. And sometimes when they're playing U18 teams and they don't have as much time and space, that's not showcased. It's often showcased against the younger teams when they have more time and space. But tonight, it's interesting you make that comment that with even that age and stage similarity, they're still getting the precision passing away.
And again, it's been down low and in tight spaces that they're making those passes work. But you're right, it's such a big part of the game. If you can complete those passes or get it into the area, that's going to allow your teammate to make use of that pass. Because you never want to give away possession off bad passes.
No, and a lot of OHL scouts, the first thing they look for in a defense is the ability to make a tape-to-tape pass under pressure.
Out of the zone,
That's
right?
Yep.
That's huge. Passing out of the zone and then just having the IQ of where to put the puck. Here come the Wolves on a 2-on-1, a shot in on Logan Coates, and he makes the save. I used to travel with the North Bay Battalion, and talking to their coaches and assistant coaches, they say the one thing that drives them crazy is when there's a weak attempt to get the puck along the boards and out of the zone. If you have that opening, you have to be able to hammer it. Do not let them reset back on your blue line, right?
100%. 100%.
Here's Cosmic down the right side. Tried to play it to the middle, nobody there. but the puck goes into the far side corner with 12:15 to play in the second. Out of the zone, over the blue line, but then deflected away. The Wolves dump it back in. Coates plays it behind his net. Now to the far side corner. Trappers looking to move it out. The Wolves want to send it back in, but instead they send it over the glass and out of play. 11:54 to go in the second period. 3-1 lead for the Trappers.
I know I sound like a bit of a broken record, but again, you know, a lot of the offensive threat that you're talking about with the Trappers has been set up by good defense. And again, I will continually come back to that because it has been such an important part of the Trappers game this year. And again, full credit to Josh Dale, coach of the Trappers, in that he's allowing his defense to activate, and he's got them playing kind of more of a north to south game, and is really kind of advocating for them to keep it simple.
Yeah, on the defensive side, the Trappers second in the league in goals against. They've only allowed 45 goals against, while the Sudbury Wolves have allowed just 39 goals against. That's the top mark in the league in that category. And again, 12 games versus 17 played coming in with those stats. And the Trappers will go offside there with 11:22 to go. 3-1 North Bay lead. At home, the Trappers are 9-1, 0-0 in the 10 games they've played. They've scored 54 goals here on home ice and have a 2.40 goals against average.
And it's important to note that home ice for the Trappers is kind of split between Memorial Gardens and the Powassan Voodoo's barn, right? So that's an important noteworthy fact as well.
That shot is just wide. They also played one game. There's a chance across the far side, deflected just behind the net. In the slot, now to the right side. Bahari dishes it off. There's a shot coming in, gets blocked. To the line again. Trappers keeping it alive. Bahari into the middle. Pass to the left side, just out of the reach. They play it back to the point. The cycle game looking good here. Shot in on net, save made. Bahari pinching in. Trying to keep possession. Feeds it behind the net to Lockhart. Lockhart gets it to the point. Now to the near side. Broussard able to hold on to it. Check that Brunton there. Now to the left side, the shot, and it's stopped. And the goaltender Richer will cover it up.
Wow, really nice puck movement there, really dangerous. That shot taken by Proctor. I'm going to tell the story again about Proctor. Zeke Proctor last year had never played AAA ever. Came out, tried out for the team, and I know Zeke personally. And, you know, where he's come from last year to make the team this year as a kid who'd never played AAA. Parents, if you're listening and you have a kid out there that's determined and wants to put the work in, Zeke Proctor is a testament to what is possible.
Yeah, it's a tremendous story to be able to walk onto a team, quote unquote, at this stage of the game, at this level.
And having never ever competed at this level, and if you would have seen his skating last year, you would have never thought that he would have been able to bring his skill level up to make this team. So
hard work goes a long way. Goulet to the point. Levesque back to Goulet. Sends it to the right side. Shot comes in. Save made, and Coates pushes it away, but it's flipped up and over the glass and out of play. And you're going to have to refresh me. Is that a penalty in this league or not?
No, it is not.
Okay.
It is not.
Between the Trappers, the Lakers, the Voodoos, and the Battalion, I cannot keep what is a penalty on delay a game and what's not.
And nor should it be, in my humble opinion, and nor should it be.
No, I'm with you on that one. I don't think that should be a 2-minute power play. There's a shot coming in.
Wow, nice
and that
save.
one is stopped. I just think that should be a face-off in the zone, and you're treat it like an icing. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to change.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Logan's looking really sharp here, and again, one of the things in terms of his development chain we've worked on is the mental part of the game, and Logan, you know, just making some really calm You know, one of the things that, you know, you work with, you see the OHL, doing less is so much more as a goaltender, and trying to just calm down like a Mike McIver who is super athletic. Logie's in that same kind of category where we're trying to calm down his athleticism and make it look easy, and he's done a good job of that tonight.
Very steady back there tonight, for sure. Not a lot of unwarranted movement. And with 9 minutes to go in this second period, the Trappers hanging on to that 3-1 lead. Levesque plays it into the corner. Dished off the boards and sent out, and all of a sudden the Wolves on a 2-on-1 down the right side, feeding it to the middle, but they're not able to connect on that pass. Glavoda was set up in front of the net, but did not see the pass from Lebrecq. And here comes Lebrecq again. Not able to get a shot off, but maintains possession. Lebrecq carries it to the half boards. Lebrecq now to the middle. Now he gets the shot off, but there was about 3 red jerseys in front of him. And they will take the puck the other way. Buckman coming in. And the shot is stopped by Richer, although he doesn't know he's got it. And the officials trying to make sure it never went past him.
Yeah, and you know, a good shift there by Buckman, doing it on both ends. On a 2-on-1, the job of the defenseman is to try to come back to that far side post. You basically want to try to disrupt the pass if it's coming across, and the goalie knows that his job is to basically take the shooter. And again, all the defense generally know that that's the way that 2-on-1 has to be played.
Out to the neutral zone. Bahari has it now as he backtracks in behind his own blue line. Bahari will pick it up again. 8 minutes to play in the second period. Proctor to Cosmic. Now in the middle to Bahari. Bahari down the left side over the blue line. Trying to bring it through. They get the shot off, but at the very end, Brunette was pushed out of position there. But a tremendous individual effort there by Brunette, taking on 2 Sudbury defenders. Puck still inside the Sudbury zone now. Head behind the net. He's got a goal tonight. Takes it to the left side. Sends it behind the net for Brunette. Brunette twisting, trying to get away from a hit. The puck comes out in front. Bahari pinching in, but lost it. And now the Wolves bring it out of the zone. Vakala coming in. Down the left side, the shot. Save made. As the goaltender coach sticks out the left side pad. 7 minutes remaining in the second period. 3-1 lead for the Trappers. 2 goals coming in the first period. And then it was Broussard again here in the second, his second of the game and 12th of the season. Racing down the ice, Brunton. Drops it back. Wide open shot, but a big save there by Richer. Sudbury coming in on the counterattack. Goulet sends it in. Blocker stop by Coates. And Broussard now carries it behind the net. Waiting. Now he dishes it off to the near side. Brunton plays it up ahead. Here comes Lockhart in the zone. The shot. And Brunton sends it high.
Those are not 2 guys you want to be letting loose towards your net.
That had danger written all over it for the Sudbury Wolves there. 5:50 to go in the second period. 3-1 Trappers lead. Well, thank you for tuning in on Flow Hockey, or if you're listening in on the Frontline YouTube channel. Buckman over the blue line, down the right side. Taking the shot, that one just goes high. And then a returning fire from the blue line. That one stopped. Broussard maintains possession. To the left side, the shot comes in, and it's a save made by the goaltender, Richer, once again. 5:31 to play in the second. 3-1 Trappers lead.
You know, and the Trappers right now are stepping it up a notch, and they've had a lot of zone time, and they've had some great offensive threats here, and they're kind of dominating the Wolves right now. So with 5 minutes left, I'm pretty sure the Wolves are going to want to try to get some energy back and try to take a little bit more command of this game.
There certainly has been some ebbs and flows to this. We've seen the Wolves really pour it on at times, but it hasn't been as sustained as the Trappers. They've had consecutive shifts where they've just been able to cycle the puck and keep firing it in and getting those chances in on net. But again, to the Wolves' credit, they've only allowed the 1 goal in this period.
Yeah, for sure. And again, they're doing it by committee. The Trappers this year have what I call a battle and grind mind. And
there's a chance right in front, and somehow that one squeaked by everybody, but it didn't get past the goaltender Coates.
yeah, you know, Coates right there, solid save for sure, and an important one. And again, we talk about the defense, Matt, you know, the goaltender being an important part of the defensive puzzle. You know, those are important saves with 4:56 left and a 3-1 lead. In a U18 AAA league, Matt, a 6-1 lead isn't safe in my humble opinion.
That's right.
So, you know, you think a 3-1 lead? Nah, that's really nothing in this league because momentum, it can change on a dime, as you well know.
Yeah, we've seen that so often where the floodgates open and it seems like it's all over, then all of a sudden one team gets one back and then they seem like they can't be stopped. Down the right side, this is Gilbert trying to feed it to the middle. The Trappers have done an excellent job in this game to this point on the back check, getting in the way of a lot of those passes that the Wolves have tried to make inside the offensive zone.
Good job of the Wolves there, Matt, you know, clogging up that neutral zone. And we always focus on the defensive zone and we focus on the offensive zone. But the neutral zone in 21st century hockey is a really, really important place. And right there you saw the Wolves kind of clogging it up, disrupting it, and, you know, almost getting a turnover, if not for the offside.
4:14 to play in the second period, 3-1. Trappers lead. 2 from Brassard, 1 from Owen Head. And the Trappers gain the attacking zone. Puck sent around to the near side point. Cullen and Fabro battling for it on the boards. At the line, Head is able to keep that in just barely, and he fires it in wide. Fabro carries it behind the net to the far side, out to the neutral zone, and Cullen will chase it for North Bay. Plays it to the far side along the blue line, and they drop back towards the goal line. Cullen on the near side sends it out. Cosmic gets a piece of it. Into the corner in the Sudbury zone. Head pinches in, and he's got control of it. Owen Head carries it to the left side. Plays it to the boards for Brunette. Brunette tries to get it to the blue line. That's stopped by the Wolves, and they carry it out. They've got some speed going the other way, but a good poke check by Cullen to get away from Fabro, but they can't clear. Fabro with a chance down low. Centers it, and they can't get the shot off again. How many times have we seen that play happen for the Wolves? They've got a guy open. They just can't get the shot off. And now they go offside with 3 minutes remaining in the second period.
Carter Buckman there, good stick on stick. But again, I'll go back to Captain Jackson Cullen, man. He's just a beast on the back end this year. And, you know, but again, great play by Buckman there to get stick on stick and not allow that attempt at a lateral pass and shot.
3 minutes to go. Again, both teams come in having won their last 6 games. The Wolves actually haven't lost in regulation in their last 7 played. But funny enough, both these teams' last losses were against each other. Again, we talked about how the Wolves have only played 1 game in November. Behind the net. They bring it up to the line. Buckman with a shot. Glove save made. Rebound right on the doorstep. It's denied, and the puck gets steered away for the moment. In the corner, the Wolves gain control, and they will look to get it out. It's Mulligan down the left side. Mulligan coming in. Glove save made by Coates.
That was textbook. Logie Coates, good depth management there. The D basically gave Logan the man, and knew that basically Logan was going to have him shut down. And so again, that just kind of a textbook defensive play there. And that's kind of what you want to do, Matt, is you want to let the goalie have a clear sight line on that, and your job is to disrupt that pass coming across.
At the line, the shot comes in high, goes over the glass, and out of play. Yeah, the last time the Wolves lost in regulation was October 10th, a 6-5 loss here to these U18 Trappers. The last time the Trappers lost a game was November 13th in Sudbury to these U18 Wolves.
Yes, the rivalry.
And again, just because the Wolves have only played one league game in the month of November, it just kind of skews those timelines a little bit.
It does, and anytime you have a North Bay Sudbury game, I think it skews everything, right?
That's right.
Because emotion, it's that factor that you can't really factor in, and but it's a really important one.
Along the end boards, Siegel trying to kick it around. The Wolves able to get it to the line, but Cullen keeps it in. His shot gets blocked by his own teammate inadvertently there. And now it's a 3-on-2 the other way with the Wolves with some speed. Goulet tried to dish it off, but couldn't get the pass across. And the puck comes to the near side boards with just over a minute to play now in the second period. Couple of guys stuck on the boards trying to dig away at it. 3-1 lead for the Trappers as we've reached the final minute in the second. And that puck's still just stuck on the boards here. Finally gets it out. Siegel overskates it. The Wolves have an opportunity to close the gap here near the end of the period. Levesque turns it over the blue line and gets hammered by Loisel. Now Starcevic can't get it going. Levesque gets it back up to Goulet over the blue line. Goulet into the middle, to the right side. Pelly coming up against the Trappers. Logan Coates makes the save, and now bodies are flying everywhere in front of the Trappers goaltender. Seems like everybody's got a dancing partner out there right now.
Well, you know, the one thing Coach Josh Dale wants discipline, but at the other end of the spectrum, if you're going to take an extra whack at the goalie, at any league, at any level, you know, you want your team to stick up for your goalie there, and I think there was a few extra whacks that they took exception to. So, you know, in my mind, especially as a goalie coach and protecting my goalies, I'm not adverse to that.
Yeah, you definitely want to see them sticking up for each other, and looks like it's going to be 2 players apiece. Now, here's what's interesting is how it's going to be called. The officials had the arm up. The Trappers were going to be getting a penalty with 28.2 seconds remaining on the clock here in the second period. So we'll see. It's Siegel and Loisel that are in the box right now. Goulet and Levesque on the Sudbury side. And we'll see how the officials dish it off. But that was a great sequence. Once that puck finally got moved there, the Wolves had a chance, turned it over. The Trappers had a chance going the other way. They turned it over, and the Wolves come back in and weren't able to get the shot off until all that craziness started happening.
Would you like a turnover with your coffee, Matt?
That's exactly it.
And you know, we joke about it, but that's a really important part of the game is the team that can kind of, you know, reduce those number of unnecessary turnovers. You can see how quickly they can turn into chances at any age and stage. So the team that can kind of mitigate those types of errors, we'll call it error management, if you will.
28.2 seconds remaining, and there is going to be a penalty against the Trappers. Colbert has come over to sit in the box as well, and I assume it will be to serve the added 2 minutes that either Loisel or Siegel are going to be getting here.
And there seems to be an awful lot of emotion and chirping going on down there on that bench. And you know what, Matt? I mean, these are young guys, U18 AAA guys. It's a game of motion, emotion, and you like to see that. You know, you want to see high compete. You just don't want to see undisciplined penalties. You most certainly don't want to see guys getting hurt, right? But I think this is good for the Trappers to have a strong opponent.
And so the only penalty on the clock is assessed to Siegel. And Fabro now driving to the net. Going wide, sends it to the far side boards. Plays it over to Smith. Smith, shot, blocked by Head. Redirected into the corner. 5 seconds to go. Sudbury may have a turnover. The shot in on net that gets stopped. And then a chance right at the last second as the buzzer goes off, goes wide of the net. And we will head to the locker rooms with the Trappers up 3-1, but they'll have 1:32 to kill on the penalty when they return.
3-1, Matt. Come on. U18 AAA hockey, it is definitely not an insurmountable lead. But having said that, you know, the Trappers have all the tools to finish this off if they can continue to play with structure on the back end as they have, and they certainly have the offensive threat to capitalize when their chances come. From the Sudbury Wolves end of things, 3-1, you're going in there saying, boys, we have an opportunity. We're coming out with a power play. Let's have a good, quick shift and try to build some momentum. So really great game and a lot of fun.
It has been a lot of fun, that's for sure. Excited to see what the final 20 minutes has in store. Martin Broussard's 12th of the season, his second of the game at 5:19, gave the Trappers a 3-1 lead, and that is where we sit. He's Rob Graham, I'm Matthew Sukram. You're watching Trappers Hockey on Flow Hockey and listening to it on the Frontline Broadcast YouTube channel. Third period coming up in just a few minutes.
Canadian Tire North Bay. Whether you're in need of a hockey gear upgrade or some cooking kitchenware to help get you fueled up for the big game. Maybe it's a set of new snow tires or a tune-up to help you get there safely. Stop by the newly renovated Canadian Tire North Bay. Open 7 days a week and located conveniently at 890 McEwen Avenue. They have everything you need for this season. The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie-resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
Why is Northern Honda servicing more cars of all makes and models? Let's count the ways. 1. Our state-of-the-art facility has award-winning technicians. 2. Northern Honda has the lowest tire price guarantee, no matter what you drive. 3. The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalieresiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
Welcome back. My name is Matthew Sukram alongside Rob Graham. We're getting set up for the third period here at Memorial Gardens in North Bay as the North Bay Trappers U18 squad have a 3-1 lead over the Sudbury Wolves U18 squad. Both these teams trying to extend lengthy winning streaks, but only one of them is going to be able to do it. And right now the Trappers are in the driver's seat, but they're also in a precarious position, being down by a man for the next minute 32.
Yeah, facing some adversity right off the bat. They're going to have to rely on that very strong defensive core that they have and some exceptional goaltending from Logan Coates, as he's already provided so far in this game.
And as we talked about before, the Sudbury Wolves come in with the 8th ranked power play at 20.5% in the league. They are 8 for 39 on their chances, while the Trappers penalty kill ranked 3rd in the league, 69%. Across to the near side, Mulligan to the middle, back to Mulligan. Down low, Vicala to the point. Smith can't keep it in. He has to track it back into the neutral zone. The Sudbury power play was looking good there, but just maybe a little reluctant to actually shoot the puck. 30 seconds remaining on the power play now. Puck still inside the Sudbury zone. The Wolves bring it over the blue line. Mulligan towards the goal line. Sends it back up to Vicala. Vicala to the left side. Jalbert tries to play it back to Vicala. Sent down low to Mulligan. Back to Vicala on the right side point. Takes a shot. That gets blocked. And it's a foot race to it. Getting there first is Brunette. Brunette, as the penalty expires, drops it back, but it goes all the way to the blue line and out to the neutral zone. So it's 5-on-5 now with 18:20 remaining in the third period, and the Trappers with a 3-1 lead. Moxham for the Wolves, sends it up ahead. kicked off a skate. Sent back down by Deck. Taylor now for the Wolves. Down the right side. Takes a shot. Kick save made and no rebound attempt there. Paquette gets it to the neutral zone. Carried in by Cosmic. Cosmic trying to play back to the point. That's taken away by the Wolves. And the Wolves get it out to the neutral zone but can't complete the pass. Trappers go back the other way, dumping it in. Jalbert in behind goal. Plays it around to the near side boards. Proctor lets it go by him as Moore controls it in front of his own blue line. Played up ahead, and the Wolves dump it right back into the North Bay zone. 17:20 to play in the third period. 3-1 North Bay lead. Hasn't been a stoppage yet in this period. LaFrance plays it to the corner. LaFrance now goes down low to get it. Tries to play back up high. Manitowabin's shot gets blocked in front. There's that team defense we've been talking about. Getting in the way of those perimeter shots. Proctor plays it around to the far side. Picked off by the Wolves. There's a hard check on the far side there. The puck comes out of the zone. It's a foot race to it. Manitowabin will get there first. And he throws a vicious hit, knocking down Colbert. Puck goes the other way. Icing called. 16:36 to go.
And good job by young Colbert there, not backing down from a player likely twice his size. And, you know, that's, again, that kind of tenacious battle and grit mentality that we've seen from the Trapper team this year. And I know Coach Josh Dale will appreciate that effort by Colbert.
Play back to the blue line. Shot from Cullen. It's off a skate, up and over the glass, and out of play.
I see Cullen down there shaking his head, and you know he's hungry for a point. But as I reminded Jackson, you're a steadying force on the back end. You're a leader. You're the captain, and don't be so worried about getting points. But I know he is desperate to put one in the back, and.
And that shot proved it. Here comes another one, and that one's right at the middle of Wesley Richer. 17-year-old Richer, 6 foot, 172 pounds, 8-1, 0-0 coming into this contest in the 12 games he has played. 7-1, 0-1 in the 7 games he has played. He actually started the game on November 13th against the Trappers, playing 24 minutes and 48 seconds, allowing 4 goals against in that game. That was actually his last contest. Out of the Trappers zone, Brunton moves to the middle, and the puck moves behind the net. Now to the far side boards. Trappers in control. Cullen keeps it just in at the blue line and plays it in behind the net. Jalbert is there to pick it up. Gets it up to Moxham. Moxham tried to find Mulligan, but that play got disrupted, and the Trappers regroup in their own zone. Now they turn it over, but the Wolves can't complete a clean pass. Vakela now finds it at the line. He tries to center it, and that one gets past everybody, goes up to the boards and cleared out of the zone. I really think that has been the biggest difference tonight in why we have a 3-1 Trappers lead is, again, the Wolves have just looked a little off on making some passes that could have spurred on some scoring chances.
Yeah, and again, the Trappers doing a good job of taking some of that time and space away from them.
Fabro coming in, gets a shot off the side of the net. Plays it up to the top of the zone. Another one coming in, and Coates makes the save.
Yeah, I mean, just to follow up on that point, Matt, the Trappers have been playing on their toes. They've been showing some good some good puck pressure. And when you play on your toes and you force the other team to have to make quick moves and quick plays, then you take that time and space away. That can result in some of that lack of precision that you just basically mentioned there.
There's a shot in on net, and another one turned away by the goaltender Coates. 14:40 to play in the third period. 3-1 Trappers lead. In behind the net, Buckman with it. Played to the near side board. Starcevic turns it over, but Southwind can't get the shot off. Again, the Trappers all over the puck on those loose. When the puck comes loose and they have to make sure that they are in good position, they just get there so quickly.
Yeah, they're closing gaps and they're hungry. They're hungry, you know. And when you're at the top, you can either kind of stay hungry and keep hungry, or you can kind of get complacent. And I'm sure that the coaching staff for the Trappers are happy that the Trappers didn't come out here complacent. They knew they were playing another U18 level team and a rival, and they've showed up tonight, Matt.
They certainly have, and again, this is the last game for the Trappers before the Christmas break. There's a shot coming in that Coates will glove down. They are not in action again until they begin a 4-game road trip on December 28th. They'll play 2 games in Sault Ste. Marie that weekend, and then 2 games in Timmins the following weekend before they return home. So this is not only their last game before the Christmas break, this is their last game at home in the 2024 calendar year.
Yeah, therefore making it all the more important.
Brunette dumps it in. The Sudbury Wolves will be getting a heavy dose of road action. 9 of their next 11 contests are on the road, or as the road team. They do play a couple of games in Sudbury against the U16 team. They're not the road team, they're not the home team for those games as that puck goes out. But yeah, for 9 out of their next 11, they are either on the road or are the road team in Sudbury.
Yeah, and that's interesting, having a schedule like they have where they played 5 less games, and you have to wonder, how that all shakes down. But I do know one thing, that probably this Wolves team, the coaching staff would say they still have a little bit more work to do in terms of finding that identity and getting some of that chemistry. And you don't really find it until you get on the road, right,
That's
Matt?
right.
And so, those road trips are where you kind of gel as a team and where you really find who you are and what you are when you're playing in another team's rink.
And that's head coach Scott Ringette in his first season with this club, succeeding Brian Dixon, who held the reins since 2018. That one shot towards another first-year coach at this level anyway, as Josh Dale. Did he make the catch there, or did he actually catch the puck?
Well, I know Josh is an avid golfer and a very good
Yeah,
golfer.
that he
I
is.
don't know about baseball, but, I've really enjoyed working with Josh. I met Josh when I was the goalie coach for the Voodoos, and he's come in here and he's really done a great job and created a really great team culture, and the boys have certainly responded to him.
Spent the last 7 seasons with the Powassan Voodoos. And it's been a pretty good venture to the AAA level for Josh Dale so far with this Trapper squad. Here come the Trappers into the Sudbury zone. Shot from a sharp angle. That gets stopped in on net by Richer. Gets played up to the point, and Mulligan gets it over the blue line. 12.5 to play in the third period. 3-1 Trappers lead. Brassard with 2 of the goals tonight. Back-to-back nights with a 2-goal performance for Brassard. Sent back in to the Trapper zone. Cullen from the far side boards lifts it up, forcing Jalbert to play it in his own zone. Jalbert behind the net, looks down the right side, now to the left side. They turn it over. Chance here for Brunton. Brunton shakes off a hit there, tried to play it in front, but the poke check save made by the goaltender Richer. And now a turnover at the blue line, and it becomes a one-on-one into the zone. Backhanded chance goes off the side of the net.
Really good defensive play there. I believe that was Michael Deck's super job of stick on stick and taking away that threat.
Brunton to the net. The shot goes off the mask, it looked like, of the goaltender Richer. Now Brunton just trying to bounce off a bunch of bodies and get to the point, but it's the Wolves going the other way, and they will go offside. on a very close play, and that is Smith, who got called for offside. I don't know about that one. It looked like he dragged his skate along with the puck. I think Sudbury have a good gripe to raise here.
Yeah, maybe so. 11-13 left, Matt. 3-1. 3-1 is nothing in the U18 AAA league, as we've said. Having said that, Coach Josh Dale is basically going to use this as a teachable moment and basically coach his team to finish this off, and he'll probably get them to simplify things, get pucks deep, make sure that they mitigate any unnecessary turnovers, and see if they can finish this game off.
Another icing called against the Trappers here with 11 minutes to play in the third.
Sometimes in the past, the Trappers have run into discipline issues with 11 minutes left, and they've taken some unnecessary penalties, and so they're going to see if they can tidy that up here with the 11 minutes left in this game.
And on the Sudbury Wolves side, they're just looking for some sustained pressure. They really haven't had it yet in the third period. And again, down by 2. Again, at this league, at this age level, goals can come fast and furious, but they've got to start putting pressure on the defense if they want anything to start counting.
Yeah, and again, good testament to the Trappers' defense. It's done a really good job of getting the puck out cleanly and not allowing that kind of any type of offensive threat to take place.
Puck comes out of the zone. Proctor will chase. Bahari jumping onto the ice off the bench, gets to it first, and they switch sides, and Bahari tried to play it to the far side, but it's just out of the reach of Proctor. And now the Wolves can't get a pass at the line, so Manitowabin carries it all the way back. Play to the far side. And now back to Manitowabin as he carries it into the neutral zone. Plays it in off the stick of LaFrance into the corner. Bahari takes a hit but shields the puck. And they are able to clear it around on the near side. Starcevich can't get it out of the zone though. Stays in that area. Now they play it to the far side off the boards and out to the neutral zone. 9:40 to go in regulation here at Memorial Gardens. Starcevich gets hit hard by Manitowabin there. He just did not put himself in a good position trying to carry that puck into the zone.
And that Manitowabin is a big player, so.
Yeah, he read that one all the way. Head plays it off the boards. Gets it over the line. Offside against the Trappers. 9:14 remaining in the third.
It's one of the things we sometimes see when our U18s are playing the U16s and they're a little smaller. And, it might appear that maybe sometimes it looks like a dirty hit, but some of these big kids going against some of the smaller kids, that often shows up.
Here's Brunette. That shot is blocked. Moxham got over the line, then got hit off the puck. Brunette dumps it in. Tyler Brunette, another one of the Trappers players that's into double digits in points. 6 goals, 17 points for him this season.
Another kind of unsung hero on the Trappers is number 93, Owen Head. He is just a workaholic, and he's a really strong player, and he has a really good work ethic.
Pass to the slot. The shot gets blocked. Cholette was able to get his stick in front of the shot of that looked like Tyler Brunette. As you mentioned, Owen Head, unsung hero. He's got a goal tonight. Mulligan trying to get to the middle.
Owen Head has a consistent compete level.
And coaches love that. You know what you're going to get out of a player every night. There's a pass in front of the net, but Paquette turns it aside, and now another one comes in from the far side boards.
The official there was kind of looking at Logan like, Logan, I blew that down because I was certain you had it, but it just kind of popped out, and Logie doesn't let too many of those come out of his gloves.
That's right. Yeah,
that's probably why he whistled it down.
That's exactly why. He thought he had it. And from that angle, it looked like he did. He didn't see the puck trickling away. Now the Wolves off the draw, get a shot in and a save made by Coates.
Great save by Logan there. Good focus. I love his eyes.
The Wolves pressuring now. Can they keep it alive and can they keep it towards the net here? The Trappers just all over Jamison Fabro. And as the puck gets cleared, looks like holding is going to be the call. And it's against the Wolves.
Yeah, not a good time for the Wolves to take a penalty. I'm pretty certain that the coaching staff of the Wolves is not going to want to see that power play of the Trappers out there.
So Taylor's in the box. 7:26 on the clock. And we talked about how dangerous this Trappers power play has been all season. Not really tonight. But now you're giving them another opportunity to try and make good on that.
You can't give teams with this much of an offensive threat that opportunity, especially when you're chasing the game with 7 minutes left.
In behind the net, that's Brunette. Played back to the far side. Head puts on the brakes, makes a nice move. He's got some clearance, going to the goal, and his shot gets stopped. Now Cullen to the right side. There's a shot deflected and smothered by the goaltender, Richer.
You know, Richard's come in. He's had a really solid game tonight. You know that I'm always going to give the goalies love. Logan Coates, one of the hallmarks of his game this year has been the consistency, and he has just been consistently good. But always nice to see both goaltenders playing well.
Especially after the last two matchups between these two clubs. We thought there could be a lot of fireworks here, but yeah, the goaltending and the defense have really kept this game tight. Hard takedown there. Nicholas Lebrec getting shoved to the ice. 1:05 to go in the North Bay power play. 6.5 to play in the third period. They've got a 3-1 lead. Here comes Brunton down the right side. Plays it back to the line. Cullen gets a shot. That goes wide on the glove side. Brunton chasing it to the near side, and it's knocked away from him, and it comes out of the zone. Lockhart in the neutral zone. Drops that one back. Played to the far side. Now it's Siegel coming in on the left wing. Siegel to the top of the circle. Plays it to Broussard at the blue line. Back to Siegel on the left side. Plays it to the goal line. Tried to feed it across, but it was blocked. Good defense there by the Wolves and cleared, but they're not out of danger yet. 20 seconds to go on the power play. If the Trappers can get moving forward here, they get into the zone with 10 seconds on the man advantage. Broussard turns back, plays it to the half boards. Second Hutchinson's shot gets stopped. The ricochet goes right to the stick of the Trappers on the far side. Back to the near side, now to the point. Out of the box is Taylor, but the Trappers still in control of it. Try to play it to the middle, can't clear. Broussard down low, back to Broussard, but his shot gets blocked, and it trickles to the far side. 5 minutes to play now, and the Sudbury Wolves survive the penalty kill, and they're still down by just 2. But now you're in hurry-up mode. I always think when you're down by 2 going into third, you want to get one in the first half of the period
And with the
to
way
close the gap.
With the way Logan Coates has been playing, you're going to have to work a little extra hard to get one by him.
That's right. Coming in the zone, taking that shot, Cosmic. Noah Cosmic, 20 points on the year for him, 11 goals, and 9 assists as that one is stopped by Coates.
Yeah, it's been a well-played game overall, and I think that Coach Josh Dale, you know, with 4:27, if they can continue to keep up the good defensive play and finish this game off, I think he'll be more than happy with the effort. But again, we've mentioned it, you know, the Wolves coming in here haven't had a lot of out-of-town time, so they've had a few good positives, but they've been dominated largely on many fronts tonight.
Down the ice, Moore trying to get the pass across. That got blocked by the Wolves, but they can't get it out of the zone. It's in behind the net. Levesque is there. Levesque tried to clear it. It got deflected off a stick and over the glass and out of play.
Yeah, I mean, the Wolves have come in here and they've had some flashes of brilliance, and they've had some strong goaltending, but just haven't been able to capitalize on some of the chances they've had. And again, largely, Logan Coates has made a few really, really important saves. And sometimes it's not the number of saves you make, Matt. It's when you make them. And Logan's done a good job of making some timely and important saves tonight.
Off the draw, the Trappers inside the Sudbury zone get the shot towards the net. Smith blocks it in front of his goaltender. Now he looks down the ice for a pass out of the zone, and it ends up on the stick of Goulet in the neutral zone. Gets over the blue line, then gets checked, and now somehow the puck ends up in the slot. Goulet gets the shot off, but it goes high on the glove side of Coates. Play continues inside the North Bay zone. Picked up by Taylor, trying to make amends for the penalty that he took earlier. Plays it to the point, shot comes in. That one goes wide cross body. And now the Trappers get it out of the zone, and here they come on the attack here, but it's poked away, and the Wolves into the neutral zone. They lose it at the line. Back to Culber, but he was just a step offside with 3:06 to go. In the third, 3-1 Trappers lead.
Well, if you're the Trappers, you know that the Hounds are going to be released here for the next 3 minutes.
That's right.
There could be some opportunities, but I think Coach Josh Dale will be advising his team right now with a 3-1 lead. We need to have some defensive integrity, and we'll only jump on it if we're sure that we have numbers back.
The Wolves bringing it over the blue line. They try to then play it towards the line, but it's out of the reach of Chalbert. Cullen finds it in the neutral zone. Over the blue line, sends it wide. Chalbert picks it up, sends it to the near side. Glavoda sends it off the glass, but not out of the zone. Siegel gets a shot. That's stopped by Cholette in front of the net. Now Loiselle gets stopped by the net. Siegel goes in to help him out. He's got control in the corner. Siegel tries to set up in front. It's Starcevich waiting for it, but couldn't get the pass to him. But the Trappers content to keep the puck deep in Sudbury territory here with 2:15 to play. Now it squirts out. It's down the ice. And with 2 minutes to go, looking at the bench, looking at the goaltender, Sudbury down by 2, have not moved. And then the shot goes up. It hits the screen in the middle of the ice. But now the Trappers are getting called here for tripping.
Well, that's an interesting call, Matt. I didn't quite see that take place.
Neither did I. Loiselle is in the box now, and Sudbury will call the timeout. And what's interesting is the Trappers had control of the puck for a while, but they didn't call the play until the puck hit the screen there. So
yeah, and no reaction from Coach Josh Dale, but again, I know speaking firsthand that Coach Josh Dale he's been wanting discipline from his players, and he also demands it from his coaching staff too. And so you know what, I know that they're trying not to react to the penalties, but they're trying to respond to them in a positive way. So not a lot of time left here for the Wolves, but again, 3-1, 2 goals in this amount of time. We've seen it done before, Matt.
yeah, it's time for that hurry-up offense.
Well, I think
6 guys out there against 4.
the most important part here, as most people realize, is the face-off, right? And winning the face-off is going to be paramount to any type of success the Wolves might have here.
And they look to control it off the face-off. They got it behind the net now. Can they get some room to move it around? They get it to the point. That's Mulligan there. Over to Smith. Smith plays it to the left side. Shot comes in. Save made. Rebound into the slot. Trying to clear it away. It's not out. Smith keeps it. plays it down below the circle. Now to the half boards. Smith to the point. That is Mulligan there. Mulligan back to Smith. Smith across the left side. Kicked back to Mulligan. Holding it. Plays it down low. Right it on net is Goulet, but he gets stopped by the save by Coates.
Well, you know, defense starts with your goaltender, and Logan was razor sharp focused there. His chin was down. He was puck locked there, and really good concentration. And he was centered on the puck and rebound control. Excellent save at a very important time.
There's a minute 20 on the game clock and a minute 19 on the penalty clock. Smith at the blue line to the right side. LaFrance fans on it, sends it back to the left side. Now into the slot to the left side. The chance by Mulligan gets denied as he falls on top of the puck, and now it's up ahead to Brunette. He's staring at the wide open net and he buries it. It's 4-1 North Bay Trappers with 58.2 seconds remaining in the game.
Well, good job by Brunette there, and hey man, let's go back to that very timely save that Logan Coates made there. Defense leads to offense. Well, that save basically, you know what, that goes in, we've got a different game, but fair to say now, Matt, I would think with 58 seconds left that it's just going to be a matter of composure and discipline to hopefully finish this game off.
Tyler Brunette, his 7th of the season, 18 points on the year now for him. Another point per game player of this Trappers team.
And again, by committee, Matt.
Yeah, it certainly has been, and so they put the goaltender back in net. And it becomes now a 5-on-4 as opposed to the 6-on-4 that they had with 40 seconds remaining in the contest. The Wolves bring it in. Moxham into the corner. It's knocked off the puck, but LaFrance gets it back. He trips and falls, plays it to the blue line, and now it's a 2-on-1 going the other way. Siegel tries to make a move, but Jalbert gets in the way. Now Lebrec coming back in. Lebrec almost got horse collared there going into the zone. 2 seconds to go, and you can make it 7 in a row for the North Bay Trappers. A gutsy 4-1 win over a Sudbury squad that looked like they had moments where they were just about to break out, but the Trappers kept them at bay and never relented, and Logan Coates gets win number 9 on the season.
Coach Josh Dale, I think, has to be more than happy with the effort of his team. They didn't suffer any U16 kind of effects from having to play back-to-back. Led by exceptional goaltending once again by Logan Coates. Strong defensive play led by Captain Jackson Cullen. The leaders led in Benny Brunton, Brassard, Siegel, Lockhart, all the way down through. Again, it was just a solid team effort and a real testament to this organization and some of the excellent coaching staff that the Trappers have this year.
They jumped out to a 2-1 lead in the first period, courtesy of goals by Head and Brassard. Brassard got his 2nd in the second period, his 12th of the year, and then Tyler Brunette finished things off with the empty netter, his 7th of the season in the 3rd period. Rob, it was a pleasure to do this game alongside you. Always a pleasure to bring you Trappers hockey on Flow Hockey. Any last words?
Well, I just wanted to say Merry Christmas, Matt. Probably will not be catching a game or doing a game together, so I hope you have a wonderful holiday with your family, and we'll look forward to an exciting new year because it really is going to be interesting to see if the Trappers can continue this great season, and if guys like Benny Brunton can continue their point strength and Logan Coates. So there's lots to look forward to. Absolutely. 2024 has been a great year. We'll see what 2025 has in store. For Rob Graham, I'm Matthew Sugrum. Thanks to Mike Brown on camera. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Mike. You've been watching Trappers Hockey on Flow Hockey and listening to it on the Frontline Broadcast YouTube channel. Have a great night.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.